quick Bitcoin update. Let's talk about what has been going on in the past week or so. Now, I've been doing some updates for you here. If you have not been following up, just search up Understanding Crypto on YouTube to follow up here. 9 days ago, I did give you this update on Discord and on Telegram that BTC should be coming down here. This particular zone was around $62,900. As I told you here, I was expecting that BTC bottoms anywhere between 62 to 60 or the higher 50s, which is somewhere around 58 to 59K. So this is the zone right here, somewhere around 60-ish. That was my idea of BTC finding a bottom.
Should you really be worried? Well, I would actually say no. I mean, the lowest I can see for Bitcoin by my analysis anyway is somewhere between 62 to 58.
So that zone got met, as we can see right here, and BTC took off like so. However, the initial takeoff is what I deemed to have been the first wave of the sequence, meaning that we should come up here but retrace back down here like so. That is what we analyzed in this particular video right here. We were analyzing the possible retracement area. And yes, these videos are mostly educative videos. So if you have not watched them, then you're just missing out, basically. So do your best to watch these videos. This is 11 minutes long. It's not a very long video. So the question is, in this particular scenario, where was I thinking that the retracement could lead? Well, we had a retest zone right here that we could potentially target. But in one of my videos, I was telling you that, hey, we could actually come as low as this particular wick right here. And the whole premise of this argument is we forecasted where the drop could potentially lead, yeah? So we assume that we've seen the bottom already. And we are now looking for a pattern that reverses the trend, reverses the downtrend, and projects this thing to the upside like so. Now, Mr. BTC followed our idea. This is an update on the Telegram channel. If you are not there already, use the link in bio or just search up Understanding Crypto on Telegram. That should bring you to this channel. I update you there every working day of the week, and I even send you potential coins that you could be investing in on this channel. So be there. So what pattern led us to the upside was the descending broadening wedge, inverted head and shoulders, potential double bottom, which I did mention in the video that was a perfect double bottom. By perfect, we are actually saying that this thing will go a lot higher than this. And you would know that this retracement zone right here is the 0.786 Fibonacci level. So that's where we actually took off for the rally. So what now? Where are we going with this thing? Now, if you followed from my forecast yesterday, you would know that I was saying Bitcoin goes as we've been expecting from our previous updates. It's in the VFib progression already. Whether we will see it retrace from the 1.618 is debatable. Now, let's explain what we meant by that exactly. So this is Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. What we've seen here is the descending broadening wedge. Yes, you see the descending broadening wedge. You also see the inverted head and shoulders. And you also see the W formation right here. These are all patterns that lead this thing to the upside. And it clearly broke out of it right here and retested with this particular candle that you see here. Took momentum right here and impulsed to the upside. That impulse actually ended at the 1.618. It's almost like it's literally pixel perfect. This level right here, that's the 1.618 at this exact level right here. Now, the 1.618 on the way to the upside with the VFib system is not really powerful. Most of the times, you'd actually find that price would consolidate right here and perhaps come back as low as the 0.786. 0.786 would mean that BTC comes back as low as 66K, 66.5. However, what you also have to consider is that from this particular impulse right here, where you'd expect to find some sort of support is the 0.786. So from this level right here to this level, you get the 0.786 right here, which means that if this thing were to retrace to the downside, the $68,000 zone could be another zone where this thing just takes off from. But ultimately, your support is actually here. This, in smart money concept, can be understood with the idea that there is some liquidity here from people who went long on this breakout right here. So there will be some liquidity around here. Yeah, so there will be liquidity here. Now, it's also important to note that in the VFIP system, there is a chance, it's more of an equal chance actually, that we just go as high as the 2.618. 2.618 will be taking BTC to $77,000. Now, 2.618 is not the last though, so it's not actually the last zone that we get to target with this VFIP system, but it could be the top. So it's just something to watch out for. At this particular zone, I start to look at other metrics to see if I, have some things to make me believe that we've topped. Although I think that will not be the top, it's just to say that with this particular system, when you reach this level, just be cautious and careful. You have to look around and see if, your enemies are coming. Yeah, that was funny. Jokes aside, the 2.618 is not the last zone. We have the 3 fib. The 3 fib, between the 3 fib and the 2.618, you have your Fibonacci band. Around this zone, you will see some sort of consolidation inside of this pocket right here. The last zone that you get to target is the 4.618 and the 4.764. So, in this particular analysis, your last zone that you get to target is actually somewhere around this level right here. It is not to say that we must reach here. It's actually to say that as we get here, just be cautious as we start to inch higher, because we could stop at any level before even reaching this particular level right here. So that's pretty much it. You could have a retracement right here, but this level is pretty much guaranteed to happen. Like, you could still drop, yes, and when we do drop, people go crazy because they don't even understand why we dropped. But if you're following a strategy that, gives you potential targets in advance, you are never surprised by what happened in the market. Now, as BTC started its plummet, it's not like we just let it go to waste. No, I gave you some coins right here. I gave you this one, which was hit perfectly. And I also gave you this one, which I talked about, DCAing into. So that's pretty much it. For now, I don't see why we should dump. Well, we could always go to zero, yeah? But I simply do not have any analysis to suggest that we are going to crash right now. I think we may as well just continue this rally on BTC and on crypto generally. Note that we are just about weeks away from the Bitcoin halving, and there may be some sort of uncertainty as we get closer and closer to the halving, so we may have some crazy weeks both up and down. But generally, I find a lot of people saying, I'm selling before the halving, there will be no narrative after the halving, I'm going to sell. A lot of these altcoins look like they are retesting, so I'm going to be holding on to them. I'm going to be holding on to my altcoins, except they, do a 4x, 5, 10x tomorrow, then I may consider selling them. I get a lot of people asking me, are you going to sell before the halving? Well, I'm not going to sell before the halving. I'm going to hold on to my coins. I don't buy or sell based on some events in the marketplace. I simply buy or sell based on my analysis. So that's pretty much what I am doing. I've been buying into these altcoins, some of them anyway, for the past couple of months actually, and even in this latest dip, I got into some new altcoins. Some of them are just mid-term trades, some of them are my long-term holdings, and most of them are up actually, and I'm going to hold on to them. We may still have another dip. If all you do is worry about, a 20% crash, a 30% crash, and you go to sell your holdings because you think that we're going to crash, you may end up missing out on the entire bull run. To actually make it, to make a 10x, to make a 20x, to make a 30, 40, 50, 100x, you have to hold through its ups and downs. You have to have that stomach to hold and smother that moment of agony and anguish. If you cannot do that, if your fear is just, skipping every single dump, you will miss out on the entire bull market. See you in the next video. Stay safe.